Hello and welcome back to another video from WrestleSplay and to another edition of Smackdown Out 10. It's a big show today. We're just a few weeks away from WrestleMania Backlash. Stuff is really heating up. And we got some big matches featuring a steel cage match which kicked off the show between Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn. We also got some major developments, the tag team unification scene. But let's get straight into it with the steel cage match. And Sami Zayn was hesitant while entering the cage, but McIntyre dragged him inside and slammed the door shut. Zayn was taking a beating right off the bat and was bounced off the steel cage wall. He tried to escape by climbing out, and McIntyre grabs him in the corner by Zayn, managed to hit a sunset flip powerbomb from the ropes. After a break, Zayn got a haluva kick before trying to escape once more, but McIntyre dragged him back into the ring and hit a suplex for the in the corner. The Scottish Warrior then got Claymore, picking up the victory. And this is just a good feud ender after all the story for the last few weeks. And made sense. 7 out of 10, good payoff. Charlotte Flair was then backstage on Smackdown and said that she will be the one to humiliate Ronda Rousey and not the other way around. And just more feeling Bill, which we got later on in the show. But then Happy Corbin was back with his show Happy Talk, but he was hosting it alone since the fallout with Madcap Moss. Corbin said that he made Moss and was going to destroy him before asking for the Andre the Giant trophy that he stole from Moss to be brought into the ring. Corbin was going to destroy the trophy to teach Moss a lesson, but the latter sneaked up behind him with a sledgehammer and attacked him. Corbin was being tossed around and he took a spear in the corner before being sent outside the ring. Happy Corbin fled backstage while Madcap Moss celebrated with his trophy in the ring. And just another week of feud building, good stuff. Like how they're tying the Andre the Giant Battle Royal thing into it. They haven't done that recently in recent years, so that makes sense. But this was good stuff. And then it was time for the IC title action between Ricochet and Shanky. Ricochet was taking a beating right off the bat and was locked in a submission move before being slammed onto the mat. Shanky threw Ricochet into the ropes and the champion then countered the springboard crossbody for a near fall. Jinder Mahal then tried to interfere but failed before Ricochet reversed a big move in the centre of the ring and rolled Shanky up for the sudden victory. Mahal and Shanky had a showdown in the ring and the latter walked off, leaving the modern day Maharaja alone in the ring. And seems like a breakup. I mean, interesting to see which way it will go. Maybe Shanky will become a single star. I didn't see it coming, but it's intriguing. Ricochet retaining, fairly simple match. Gets a 6 out of 10 from me. I mean, there's not too much to write home about in this one. But anyway, Raquel Rodriguez was backstage and said she will put on an unforgettable debut, and that was up next against Kat Cardoso. She went to face local competitor and got some big moves straight away with follow-away slam and splash. Rodriguez then was sent into corner by Cardoso. He got a knee strike, but she countered the kick and lifted her opponent up and hit the Shiganuga bomb to pick up the victory. And people who watch NXT know how good Raquel Gonzalez Rodriguez, whatever they're calling her, is. And this was just the first example. Decent opening match, and I'm looking forward to seeing what she can do there. 6 out of 10 from me. But then we got RK Bro and the Usos out next for the contract signing. The two mouths off at each other and said Riddle couldn't tell the Usos apart. Randy Orton called Jimmy Uso a little bitch, and a brawl broke out with the Usos going down in either corner. Roman Reigns then made his entrance and RK Bro stopped beating up the Usos, ready to fight the tribal chief, but the Usos recovered and stuck up from behind him and took the two out. Reigns tore out the contract before the fight ended up being 3-on-2. Drew McIntyre then walked out to weave in the odds, and he and Reigns stared at each other. McIntyre then hit a belly suplex before Reigns retreated backstage with his cousins. And then backstage straight after that, Paul Heyman walked out to Adam Pearce backstage and said that he, Roman Reigns, wasn't happening. Heyman wanted Pearce to have McIntyre and Reigns as a title unification match at Backlash. Pearce said that he could not do it before Heyman threatened to have him fired if he did not change the match. And it seems like it's going that way. This is a very strange decision for me. I mean, since the McIntyre-Roman feud up for some, which I don't think anyone doesn't want to see, that would be great. But just the title unification match is now a 6-man. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It seems very random. I was really looking forward to just a singles match. But we'll have to see where it goes. It's intriguing, but I would say a move that I'm not so sure on. Next up was Shayna Baszler versus Naomi. Baszler got some big moves right off the bat, followed up with a submission and suplex attempt. Naomi was sent into the corner, but she came back with a kick and caught Baszler from behind, only to take some elbow strikes. Baszler then reversed the grapple and tried for the finisher, but Naomi blocked it. Naomi got some strikes and rolled out Baszler for the upset win. And upset win says it all, considering she is the tag champ. Natalya attacked the ring after the match and attacked Naomi before Sasha came in to defend her. Shayna and Natalya took the tag team champions out, and Natty locks in the sharpshooter on Banks while Baszler stomped Naomi's shoulder before they were done. And once again, like I just keep on saying, I'm just not a fan of this Smackdown or women's tag team division stuff in general. I mean, it's just not really that great, is it? 5 out of 10. Backstage on Smackdown, Sheamus and Ridge Holland still hadn't found Butch and put some missing posters up. We then learned that the Saxman tag team match was officially confirmed. But anyway, we've got Xavier versus Ridge. Xavier took some hits early on before sending Ridge into the corner, and then outside with big DDT on the floor. Back after a break on Smackdown, Woods was caught in a submission hold but managed to break out of it. Woods came back with some big strikes and took a spine buster from Holland. Woods managed to get the backwards and rolled up at Holland for the sudden victory. After the match, Sheamus wanted to show Holland how it was done and challenged Kofi to a match right away, and that's what we got. It started during the commercials, and Kofi took Sheamus outside of the ring for some big moves. Back in the ring, Kingston was still in control, but he took the Irish Curse backbreaker thrice in a row. Kofi then dodged the brogue kick, but missed the SOS. He tried to get a top rope dive, but met with a knee strike before Sheamus got the pinfall. After the match, Sheamus went outside, attacked Xavier before taking out a table at ringside. Holland hit the powerbomb onwards through the table before they were done. And yeah, like I just said before, it's just the same old stuff every week. Just come up with something new. 5 out of 10. We then got the same Lacey Evans sort of promo again, but it's Ronda Rousey v Charlotte, a beat the clock match. First was Ronda versus Shotzi. Charlotte Flair was out to watch the match from ringside, and Shotzi left the ring right off the bat. Ronda chased her down and dragged her into the ring before dropping her on the apron. She then got a big suplex before getting the ankle lock and making quit in 1-4-1. Charlotte Flair then got in the ring and congratulated Ronda Rousey before saying that she would beat Aaliyah quicker. The clock was counted down this time around. The Queen got a big clothesline before taking a big slam from Aaliyah as the clock went under a minute. Aaliyah then went and get a top rope crossbody before Flair locked in the figure 8 leg lock. It was less than 10 seconds on the clock. Charlotte Flair failed, missing out by a few seconds. After the match, Flair attacked the new timekeeper Drew Gulak and hit him with the ring bell, sending him into the ring. And yeah, the Charlotte Gulak feud continues. He saw that coming. But yeah, I mean, like, for what it was okay. It gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Nothing too special, but you know, just a week of build really. So yeah, 6 out of 10. Overall this week, SmackDown gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Yeah, an enjoyable episode of SmackDown this week, you'd have to say. Lots going on, some decent stuff. I mean, like, yeah, for most of the show, I'd say it's a pretty solid episode. There were some down bits with just the women's tag team division, Butch stuff that we've all seen 100 times before. But except for that, I'd say it's a decent enough episode of SmackDown. So yeah, good stuff. But anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thanks very much for watching. So like, share, subscribe. Any thoughts, comments, down below. Follow us with links, subscribe for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to my channel on the screen. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.